I'll tell you who's worshiping at an altar, though. Luis Riddick, man, is worshiping at the Lions' altar. D-Mac.
Yeah, but he's always, if I was going to say, wouldn't you, out of the national pundits or the NFL luminaries that talk sports, he's always been down with the Lions in this regime for sort of since day one, and not like over the top, but hey, I can see what they're trying to build here. Hey, watch out for the Lions. He's always sort of had the Lions in the back pocket. Right now, he went all in, even more all in, than anything. But coming from him, I feel I have the same feelings. He's stoked, not scared. We got to send him a shirt. Let's send Luis Riddick a shirt. Stoked, not scared.
He's
definitely stoked.
We have that, right? The sweet Lou Riddick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's run that for the people. For those that did not see what Luis Riddick had to say, he was in the street simping. There is no doubt about it.
You're already
No, I get
locked
it.
in on something.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I'll set this up by saying this. I said this in January. Okay.
I like it.
Right after they were done, like mopping Lambeau with the Packers. It was Detroit. Rich,
They mopped.
this team
They mopped.
has got it going on. And I know people are going to say, what? They drafted Jahmyr Gibbs and Jack Campbell in the first round. They don't know what the hell they're doing. Yeah, they do. But they have a top 3 offensive line in all football. They have a quarterback who some people are sitting there going, did Sean get that wrong? Not to say that Matthew wasn't great out there and they won a Super Bowl with him, but Jared Goff is no throwaway. Clearly. They have the future in Hendon Hooker. So that room just got stronger. And wide receiver, I understand that now, you're going to have some issues with depth, at least for the beginning of the season, with Jameson Williams' situation. But Marvin Jones, Josh Reynolds, Amon-Ra St. Brown, these guys, they can hold it down. They'll be just fine. Sam Laporta, who they drafted out of Iowa, I got to see him in person this past year. He's going to be one of those guys who you wind up going, another Iowa tight end that's that's up for all rookie and maybe a reserve Pro Bowler. Shocking. We've never seen that happen before out of Iowa tight end. And Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, forget it. That's one of the best one. You can put that up against any 1-2 punch of running backs in the NFL. Jahmyr Gibbs is a freaking superstar.
Lewis, I heard coming out of.
And that was Luis Riddick on the Rich Eisen show. He was passionate, man. He was passionate.
But I agree with Mark Walton here. Thanks for checking in. He's stating the obvious. Stating the obvious. It's nothing that I can't see.
Yeah, but you know what, though? At the end there, when he dropped that about the backfield, to say that Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery are as good as any backfield in the National Football League. And this is a guy that does this for a living, man. This is a guy that was in the running for GM jobs. Doesn't necessarily mean that he would have been a good GM or anything like that. But there was conviction. You know how when you can hear somebody, the way they talk, whether or not you believe them, just the way they talk.
Absolutely, yeah.
I believe that man when he says that.
No, absolutely, and it's thunder and lightning. It's set up to that way. Everything that he said, it's great because I guess at that level, for whatever, if you take Luis Riddick and it's the compassion and how he speaks, he's not speaking out of his ass. This is his truth. I like his truth. I'm waiting to see it, but yeah. Could you imagine that? But when you look down at David Montgomery and what he's done in this league and the type of runner he's going to be, and then Jahmyr Gibbs with the speed and what he's done in college out of the backfield, this is a great 1-2 combination. And from what Luis Riddick is saying, and he's answering my questions, well, it sounds like we've upgraded from DeAndre Swift. I'm looking for, availability, durability, but what he says right there about your backfield, especially running behind this offensive line that's supposed to be tops in the league.
Look, you guys know, you talk about Luis Riddick being a Lion simp for a long time. I'm a simp for Brad Holmes, and I'm a super simp for this offensive line. I've been on this, kind of since the beginning with Sewell and all that. So you guys know Penei Sewell is my Lion. He's the guy that changed all this, that put this in a different direction. Have I sold the Lions' backfield short? And look,
To yourself.
well, I
We
haven't
still gotta
heard
see
that.
it. We haven't
though.
seen it.
And-
Like, that's the problem. These are two new guys. One that's a free agent. One that's
That's a
drafted
rookie,
that
yeah.
have not been in the uniform on the field yet. So all the skepticism can be, you might as well play them on Madden. Because you're going to get more out of it till you see it. And obviously, no, how can you not be? And I said this the other day. I don't care about OTAs and guys being out there or not. Take care, but you didn't even get any film on Jahmyr Gibbs at OTAs. So again, no, you're not selling it short. It's just put it in the back because Luis Riddick said this before. You're going to be watching it. I guess it's on your radar now, Neal, as far as one of the things that you are going to look forward when training camp comes around. Is there this yin and yang out of the backfield? Is it what Luis Riddick said it? Can I see it coming to fruition?
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Alex Merrill says, I'm about to be bricked for months again. This isn't good for my health.
It's okay. That's what it is. The NFL's got to reload because they can't keep everybody bricked for health reasons for 365 days. So it's actually the health concern.
About to sign a sponsorship deal with Viagra or something like that, you know. But I wonder, are we giving the backfield enough credit? And that's why I'm kind of double clutching with myself, Spenmo, because you and I, big Montgomery guys, always have been. Mm-hmm. If it stands to reason, because I believe they have one of the elite offensive lines in the league.
Yes.
And if I'm a big Montgomery guy, and to some they ran up there to put their draft card in for Gibbs, doesn't it stand to reason that by default they're going to have a very, very good running game? Have we failed, Spenmo? Have we failed to acknowledge how good the backfield is?
I think it's not getting enough credit because it's like you saw what Jamal Williams did behind this offensive line.
With no, and I'll use a Sam Flannel line, with no data to support it.
Yeah.
Previously.
A career backup, a guy who's never had that kind of volume in his career, goes a goal line back, a short yardage back, goes for 1,000 yards and breaks Barry Sanders' touchdown record. Now you've got a guy in David Montgomery that's been over 1,000 all-purpose yards every year of his career, 4 straight years. So I think it's an upgrade, to say the least.
Yeah, maybe I failed, Sam. Did I fail, Sam Flannel? Did I miss an opportunity?
No, I don't think you failed. I mean, the thing is, Jahmyr Gibbs is still unproven. I think some of us, not necessarily saying me, some of us are still skeptical that he was the number 12 pick overall, although the Lions did get compensated. But it's the ceiling for this backfield, David Montgomery is obviously proven, is one of the best backfields in the NFL. David Montgomery is an upgrade over Jamal Williams, and I believe Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be an upgrade over DeAndre Swift, and this offensive line pretty much stayed intact. So it could be one of the elite running games in the NFL. It could be. It's very possible.
Brandon Katz says Aaron Jones is number 1, Dalvin Cook is number 2. The number 2 running backs, you know, if they're number
Dalvin
2 in a
Cook's
division,
getting cut.
they don't get cut.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be cut. Because the value of the cap savings that they will get is more to them than the value of him maybe being on the field. That's factual, dude, because that's going down for real. That's how it's going to shake out. So I'm not entertaining that as a viable thought. We know what Montgomery is parlayed with this offensive line now. And yeah, both things can be true, I suppose. Montgomery is good, but this offensive line is very, very good too. And I think Jamal Williams proved that last year. That it matters, but it doesn't matter as much as you think who's behind that line. It doesn't. Now, maybe does that denigrate the value of Jahmyr Gibbs? Maybe, if that's the way that you want to read it. But also remember this too. Jahmyr Gibbs is here not because he's a bruising running back. He'll be deployed.
It's a weapon.
Yeah, he's going to be what Swift should have been. Lined out wide. Mm-hmm. Can give the ball to him. Yeah, he can run it between the tackles. Yeah, he can bounce it outside. He's a factor in the passing game. He's going to catch 50, 60 passes minimum this year.
Yeah.
Minimum. So, you know, maybe Luis Riddick, D-Mac opened my eyes to something there that I hadn't previously thought about. So, you know what? Good on him.
But all the thing right now is, aren't you just listening to some of the guys that you listen to for their point of views, no matter where it is around the league, no matter what platform, for things to look forward to look for, right? Things that people are talking about. I mean, isn't it apropos and go towards and reiterate about your Brad Holmes symptom and Dan Campbell and that they're doing it the right way? You know, what they're building now. This is all on paper, and I get it. But when you look at it on paper, and if you take Luis Riddick's opinion, right? I like it. I have the same view, and maybe it's to the point that we didn't realize because Neal, we want to be, I guess, a little more tempered and act like the Papa Bull instead of the Baby Bull running around going, hey, we're here, look at this, and just cruising down and waiting and seeing. But to your point, maybe we have been underselling our backfield.
Yeah, I believe I have. I'll raise my hand.
But
and say
here's
that
the
I'm
whole
guilty.
thing.
Why?
This is the big thing about the backfield: availability. Right? Jameer Gibbs.
That's the
obviously
only
coming
ability in
off.
question.
David Montgomery plays hard, misses games. It's the availability that you have to have. If those two are available the whole season, we win the North. There it is.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Mike G says, is Neal wearing a Maine Black Bear shirt? No, I'll be doing college baseball featuring a team that, beat Michigan in college baseball this year. That would be the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. 2:30 ESPN Plus, by the way, if you want to tap in. If you're bumping around the ESPN Plus app or whatever, go ahead and tap in for that. I'll have that action for you. Just a team that beat Michigan in baseball. There were a lot of teams that beat Michigan in baseball this year, Sam Plano.
Yep, a lot of teams that beat Oakland too.
Yep, but a lot of teams that beat Michigan.
That's true.
With 11 times the budget.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Many things can be.